Welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer. I'm with Brian the Grizzly and Brand Man. Brandon, how you guys doing?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Having a nerdy weekend. You know me. Had a real
Oh,
good one.
Always, right?
lot of news. A lot of news. So we're this is gonna be a little bit of a different show. Usually we do a full review of a movie, but we kind of didn't really want to see this one.
Yeah.
I was going to if I had some time. Unfortunately, I didn't have that much time this weekend, and I wasn't gonna force myself to have time for this movie. But luckily, Brian went to go see Paws of Fury. So we're gonna skip the actual review, and we're just gonna have Brian do a kind of uh rating kind of review for Paws of Fury, since
Well,
you're the only
first,
one that saw it.
I'm going to first talk about the good parts. There are a lot of cool characters in this movie.
Yeah,
This Samuel Jackson. There's
characters,
so many
characters or voice actors.
voice actors. I'm sorry, voice actors.
Okay.
Um, I think that's probably the only really great thing. Got to be honest with you guys. I went to go see it with my kids, and I fell asleep 3 times.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Things that I thought that was cool. I said, we had Samuel L. Jackson, you got Michael Cera, Mel Brooks being it was awesome because I'm a huge Mel Brooks fan, huge. I mean, Spaceballs. Come on, he's a legend. he's it,
Yeah.
Was it Michelle Yeoh, Digimon Hunsu, Ricky Gervais, Gabriel Iglesias. I mean, it was just all these people. But then I was like, how did they get all these people? And then I realized it's a Nickelodeon movie, and it really played like a Nickelodeon show. That's what it really was. I mean, it's I forgot George Takai. Takai, how you say his name?
Takei.
Is it Takai or Takei?
It's Takai.
I was always said Takei.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh, either or. I don't know.
Yeah, but either way, it was full of actors, and my wife said it was better than Minions. I didn't think so because I remember falling asleep and like wondering what is going on. Why is this dog in this cat land? So everyone in this island basically is all cats, and it was like old China. And there's one the Shogun who's like he was the leader of everybody, and he had little districts that he'll go and visit and be honored by. And this one cat just started his district, and he thought this little town in front of him was terrible, so he was going to try to get rid of the town, but he couldn't because they had their own samurai. So his idea was he's going to scare off the samurai. Did it just fine, but the town didn't leave. So instead of then the Shogun, they asked the Shogun, the town did ask the Shogun, can he please send them a new samurai? So he calls the little warden, whatever, of the state and says, can you send them a samurai? He's like, I just got rid of one and I got to give him another one. So what he did is he gave him that dog who had no idea how to be a samurai or had no skills at all. Mm-hmm. So he could be the samurai, so he could go just beat him up and take over the town. But he ends up meeting Samuel L. Jackson, who teaches him some stuff, goes through the training montage. It was very tongue-in-cheek. And Michael Cera, he's talking like, hey, this is about to be the training montage. When the old hero shows the new guy how to do all this stuff, and they will go through it. It wouldn't just be the joke. It was like they'll still go through the whole action. I thought it would have been funny if they would have said, this is a training montage. They said, oh, no, we're not doing that type of thing. But they went through the entire training montage like it was Rocky. And it was long, and the jokes were just taking forever. But my 5-year-old liked it a lot.
What am I listening to?
Did the jokes even land?
Nickelodeon. Yeah.
They were just long-winded. Like when you talked about the rule of 3 last week, right? They didn't follow the rule of 3 either, except it wasn't funny. It wasn't like Screaming Ghosts. It was just like it made no sense. So farts all the time. There's a lot of farts, a lot of blowing up stuff. my 5-year-old loved it. My 7-year-old fell asleep too.
Mhm.
All
So,
right. So now, there you go. That's the cutoff, huh?
there it is. That was the cutoff.
Five or six.
But it was
like
very predictable.
You and your kids lost brain cells.
It was very predictable.
That's why you fell asleep.
It was very like you knew exactly what was going to happen. What everyone knew each other, and to wrap it all up, they're like, "Oh, I know you too." And then they decide the new samurai, instead of being the dog, they decided the little kid who was like 5 is going to be the samurai. So they gave her the samurai sword, and it's bigger than her. And that's where everyone stopped at. And they said, "Oh yeah, the little kid used to be the samurai to save the whole town." It's like, what? She can't even lift the sword. It didn't make any sense at all. So
it didn't even end with Michael Cera being like the hero. Like,
no, and he went off with Samuel Jackson to go train some more. So I promised him I'll learn how to actually be a samurai. So I'm gonna go do this. But we're gonna give the sword to the little girl. Here you go, little girl. And she like barely could pick up the sword. And it was just a bad movie. It really was not good at all. So I don't give nevers, but I'm about to give a never. You do not need to see this. Even if it's streaming, if you're totally just exhausted and you want something to watch you go to sleep, I would advise something else to watch you go to sleep. That's how bad I'm saying it is. So
I think we
Paws of
dodged a
Fury,
bullet, Tank.
super never.
Yeah.
Super never. All right.
But also like one of your kids like fell asleep, which is crazy. And like, so wow. Because then it's even too kiddie for a 7-year-old. So which is saying a lot. So it's like up to 5, maybe 6, 6 might be that. But that's kind of.
But to be fair,
it's meant for that age range.
My 5-year-old wanted to take a picture with Paws of Fury. A 7-year-old didn't really want to take a picture with it, but the 5-year-old did.
Like the poster cutout?
The poster, yeah. She was like, "Oh, I want to take a picture." Did you know any of those characters? She was like, "No." Well, I want to take a picture. It was so cool. And then my 7-year-old was like, "All right, whatever." So, never.
Interesting. Never.
Can you pull up the Rotten Tomatoes with the score?
Oh yeah, let me pull that up. What do you think it's probably at? Because I cannot be good.
I'm gonna guess a 50 or 40.
So the tomato meter, there's only 38 critics watched this thing. Gave it a 55%, and 100 plus verified audience score is a 68%. So
it's higher than I thought.
Audience.
Just by everything that I watched about it, just going by the trailers and stuff.
As I said, it has a lot of stars in it.
Mm-hmm.
I hear people, voice actors, are like, "Oh man," and just seeing Mel Brooks makes you feel good, Just wish it was written well enough, and it wasn't. It just really wasn't.
Like there's this one guy, Fat Guys at the Movies. He wrote, "Once you untangle your brain for the Blazing Saddles influence, it's a punchy, if not predictable, animated action comedy." So, and I gave it a 2.5 out of 4. So, yeah,
that's what it is. It's 5 out of 10. That's why that's what it is. If you're not seeing it with a little kid, there's no need for you to ever go see it.
Yeah. And your wife said this was better than Minions.
She liked it more than she liked Minions. And I think that says more about how high Minions was. How high Despicable Me was. Some Despicable Me movies are really, really good. So if you compare it to other Despicable Me movies, I think I can understand where she's coming from. But this is just not good.
Yeah. Which we kind of knew after seeing the trailer a few times and all the jokes, especially like Derpy always made it. And he was like, "I'd rather watch Paws of Fury." It's like it was one of those movies that I thought it was going to be like that.
It's a PG Blazing Saddles without any writers. Like they didn't do anything.
Was at least Samuel Jackson kind of funny?
He was Samuel Jackson. So he was yelling everything, But even then, with Samuel L. Jackson without cursing, is that really Samuel L. Jackson, guys? Is it really Samuel L. Jackson?
The bootleg version. That's funny.
Yeah, it just feels very incomplete, right?
Yeah.
It's like when they see saying Cocker Spaniel, I'm like, say what you want to say. Come on, get off. Say it with your chest. It's just.
I bet he just went home and was just cursing up a storm, like letting it all out. It was.
Well, I mean,
something like that.
Yeah, I truly believe that whenever he's in a role where he doesn't curse, after shooting's done for the day, he just goes back home or to his trailer and just lets out a barrage of it. That's what I think.
Yeah. We got a comment. Hey, Battle Rifle. What?
Hey, Battle Rifle, how you doing?
How's it going? Just talking about Paws of Fury and its furious ending. It was not just the whole thing wasn't good. I mean, I know a lot of people were talking about their visuals. The visuals weren't that bad, but it was a lot of fart jokes, a lot of. I mean, they didn't even make sense. Like the fart jokes was like, "Why are you feeding the whole army beans just to say that they farted?" That was the only reason they did that. It was just like for no reason. So it was just a bad movie. I mean, it's even worse if you're by yourself. If you're like doing it, if you're going to go see it as an adult, just don't go see anything else.
But let's move on to our other topics. So if you're watching live, stick around. If you're watching replay, appreciate it. Thank you. Let us know if you went to go see this movie and what you thought about it. If you agree with Bryon or you disagree, if you liked it or not, let us know down in the comments. And also make sure you subscribe and like this video. We're on our road to 300. We're almost there. So once we hit 300, we're going to do a giveaway. So make sure you're part of the group and subscribe.